I'm Destiny, and I'm going to talk about sex and guns. Ugh. Not really in the way that you think, probably, but as a female in the firearms enthusiast community, I realized that that's quite the combination, sex and guns. And I guess I'm going to start off then with a little bit of a little background. Obviously, I am a female, and I like to shoot. I like guns. I like doing reviews. But it is largely still a male dominated sport. There are a lot of dudes out there, more than there are chicks out there, who are shooting. I like seeing that change, but I'm starting to ramble. Anyway, what I'm here to talk about is this trend that I've seen, not just on YouTube, but also on Facebook, of not just like being a chick in the firearms industry, but being a female who flaunts their physical attributes in order to either sell a product or just gain attention or whatever their goal is. So, I'm going to start with talking about Facebook, and then I'll talk a little bit about YouTube, kind of briefly introduce both as far as I have had experience with that. I guess I'll start with a little bit of a story. On Facebook, just starting off my whole social media presence, so maybe a couple years back, I started my Facebook page for FateofDestinee, and I had somebody share this page with me. And I'm thinking, okay, chicks and firearms, this is awesome, cool. I'd love to see more girls in the shooting sports. But then the next day, I get this, like, in my newsfeed, this big photo of this chick, gorgeous, voluptuous figure, like, butt naked. And it was, like, really surprising to me, because it's not what I signed up for when I liked that page. And the only reason that it's not pornographic per se is because she has very strategically placed a rifle over her lady bits, so there's no offensive, like, nipples or anything that are showing. But, that's not the only Facebook page out there that's like that. There are a lot of pages that are either people trying to sell their guns or gun products or knives or other, tactical gear by putting a woman who is scantily clad as part of their marketing. I totally get that. Guys are guys. There's always going to be a market out there for guys who want to see scantily clad women. It's always going to be there. It's not unique to the gun industry. But some of these are personal profiles where they're women who put themselves out there. Some of them are like taking sexy pictures of themselves holding a firearm, or having their friends take sexy pictures of them holding a gun, or photographers taking sexy pictures of them with guns. And some of them, they're professional models. That's what they do for a living. Kind of like swimsuit models, except they specialize in, like, the gun industry modeling. And others are women who are, like, putting out their boobs and their butts and their legs to just try and gain views or gain attention or comments or shares. And it's not unique to Facebook. I see it a lot on YouTube too. In fact, there are whole channels who just, their whole video promotes that particular female and their figure in, like, little short shorts and tank tops with their, female anatomy very visible and exposed. And what I think is ironic about this is there are some of these channels that I'm talking about where if you go there and you watch the video and you can see they're all like, hi, I'm a female, check out all my lady bits. Oh, and I shoot guns, aren't I sexy? But then when you call them on it and you say something to the effect of, like, yeah, like, say a guy goes there and makes a comment, hey, I'm really digging those knockers. They get super offended, like, oh my god, I can't believe you would comment on my bosom. I'm so outraged. Well, if you're choosing the thumbnails and you're choosing what you're going to wear when you go to be in that video, and you've got your ladies popping out, like, you gotta know that that's what people are looking at. And some people accuse me of that because occasionally I wear tank tops in my videos. But I think there's a line between being a female, being girly, like, how I paint my nails, I wear makeup, I like looking nice, it's fun dressing up and stuff. But that's different than putting your body on display, like, boobs and butts and legs and, skin. And having that be a big focus of how you sell your firearms related content. I think that's a different format. And there's always going to be an audience for that. But the kind of viewership that attracts is maybe less interested in the informational content, and maybe thorough reviews are not what they're there for. I recognize that there are other female firearms related channels out there that are growing faster than mine. Part of that is due to, on YouTube, you get the rate of growth that your content merits. You have good content and generally you get good views. But with females, there's that added aspect of sometimes the more flesh that you're willing to show and the more often you're willing to show that skin, the more views you get. There's a correlation. And I understand my channel doesn't have that. And it's not what my channel is about. And these women who sometimes do these things, put their bodies out there, then have a hard time being taken seriously. So it's a line that I think female channels have to tread that maybe guy channels don't really have to think about in the firearms industry. I haven't really covered why sex sells guns. It's not a secret. Sex sells, period. I mean, how many times have you seen, a car commercial or like those commercials for men's body spray or whatever, where they spray on the spray and then hordes of women come flocking to them and immediately disrobe. I get a huge kick out of those. I think they're really funny. But it's the same concept, it's in movies, it's in TV, it's all over the place, not just unique to the gun industry. But there is something in the firearms industry that I noticed that kind of creeps me out, is when either in photos like on Facebook or in YouTube videos, guns are put into these really hypersexual situations. I've seen, like on Facebook, photos where these firearms are placed on certain parts of a woman's body that kind of represents or mimics male genitalia. Or YouTube videos where a female actions a firearm or uses a firearm in an action that mimics a sexual activity. And I think that just crosses the line. It's one thing to have a girl who you think is good looking, who's into guns. That's cool. And then a girl who's good looking but scantily clad and is maybe trying to sell something, whether it's her gun modeling or a product. That's something else. But I think it's something else entirely to have these like very super sexual kinds of representations of firearms. And I think that's something that's borderline pornographic. And I don't think that Facebook or YouTube is the best format for that. And it's not something you will ever see on my YouTube channel. You will never see me with a gun in a bikini. It's not going to happen. So if that's what you're waiting for, there are plenty of other places that you can see that kind of stuff, but not here. So if you're not so dissuaded by the fact that you're not going to get T&A on my channel and you want to stick around and check out my vids, I hope you dig the content that I put out on guns, gear, and fitness with a twist.
Hey, I'm Destiny. What am I about? Well, first thing, I'm a shooter. I'm not an expert, but I am serious about my training and my practice with shooting, and I'm willing to take the time I need to train and study and develop my skills as a shooter. And along the way, I do have fun taking my experiences and putting them to film and music, and I put those on my YouTube channel. At the end of the day, I'm just a girl next door who loves to write, loves her dog, and reviews guns and gear with a twist.